Can I kick it? Yes, you can. I know I'm a big fucking weirdo, but man, does it feel good when shit doesn't want to work and then you get it to work. Oh yeah. So let's remind ourselves quickly what we have. Oh yes, we got our magic points for our new magic user. Welcome to the club. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to buy a couple curative spells if we can, just in case. Although it's pretty much useless at this point, so let's just say fuck it. Let's look at our weapon use here. We can get rid of rune sword, defense, dragon, and giant sword. Silver axe, and great axe, and silver sword. Get it the fuck out of here. So basically we're gonna run into some really good shit. Hold on, I want to double check that. Oh, don't forget, and also this. Ha 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 ha. The senile old fool. Oh, you're a kitty man. Yes, you is. What? What? Like, what's even happening? Oh, God. Like, I can't believe this shit. Like, where are you? Even. What just... Did you... You didn't see what I was seeing. Because only I can see... But like, there we go. Look at that. It just jumps. Streamlabs, I don't know what you guys think you're doing. But there's some weird shit going on. Now I'm just gonna do this real quick. Hold on. Oh, I just want to punch so many things. Alright, Final Fantasy volume can come down a little bit. It's a loud game, I guess. I don't know. There's something about this game particularly. I think it's just because, like, there's a lot of holdovers in the melody that are just... It's a certain frequency, and I think it kind of mashes in with where a lot of the frequency of my voice is. So they kind of fight each other. Also, it's just a piercing soundtrack. Like, the music is good. It's just the tone of it is kind of like... Okay, so... I don't even know that we're gonna need the flame sword anymore. I'm kind of hesitant to sell it, but... I do not think that we need it anymore. Defense. Fantasy of Final. Maverick. Good to see you, my friend. It has been some time. Also, P.S. Excellent work. I'm so glad that you decided to play through Michael Jackson's Moonwalker for the Sega Master System. That game has a very special place in my heart. And oh lord, it's so weird and it's so funny. And if anybody out there hasn't played it, fucking do yourself a favor, because you dance criminals into submission and you like explode them. And your special move, only use it in like the absolute direst need, because I think you get like 1 per level and that's it. But you make all the guys on screen do like a coordinated dance with you. And then they all explode. And the whole thing is you gotta save children. And when you save them, they go, Michael! Bubbles shows up. It's a mess. It is interesting as fuck, I will say that. But it's an arcade classic. And there was a port to the good old Sega. Holy shit, is it weird. So yeah, do yourself a favor. Find that game and play it. It might not make any sense. And it still won't make any sense if you watch the Moonwalker movie, but watch the Moonwalker movie. Yeah. That game is based on a movie. I've brought it up on this stream many times before because it's one of my favorite movies of all time because it's so goddamn weird. But man, just again, do yourself a favor. Play the game, watch the movie. Like if you're a Michael Jackson fan, or you're even like a little bit into the music, you'll like it. If you partake, that's like a very Canadian way of saying like if you smoke joints, if you partake, do that. I highly recommend it. And if not, that's cool too. If you just like weird shit, or if you like Michael Jackson, or if you like smoking dope and watching weird shit, all of these things are just like qualifiers for this amazing journey that you will be on, watching the majesty that is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. It's just so great. Ugh. Like, listen to how excited I get just talking about it. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Joe Pesci is the villain, trying to get the whole world's children addicted to drugs. And Michael Jackson, Robot Man, with his magic transformer powers, is the only one that can stop him. And it's beautiful. So yes, Mav, you just missed the DuckTales run. We got to the last boss, and unfortunately game overed. So I will try again tomorrow, which, you know what, I'm not sad about, because I really like that game. It's a lot of fun, and I have been itching to play it for some time. DuckTales is a great NES title for sure. And like, there's no saying I can never play it again after that either. Hold on. Let's just... I don't think that you take poison damage when you're in the canoe. Well... Yeah, that was quite the overload of information. I don't think you take poison damage in the canoe. Yeah, maybe you do. I don't know. Who cares? We're at the town. Yeah. That screeching poison noise. Just music to my ears. Yeah, the overall sound on this game has a piercing, like, just theme to it. You know? It's they got a very strong sound set that they decided they were gonna go with, and that's okay. Do I have enough? Yeah, 87's more than enough heals. Let's stay at the inn, make sure everybody's cool, ready to rock, and then let's go punch some fucking octopuses in the face, shall we? Shall we? Like, it's about goddamn time. Waiting for this all goddamn day. Punch some sea beasts right in their fucking gills. Just get all ornery about the sea. It pisses me off. Like, fuck it. No. C will not win this one. Yeah, we talked to you already about the robot that fell from the sky. But now we've got Oxale, so this young lady, who's a genius, will let us ride her sea vessel. Warriors, you have the Oxale. The mermaids wait. Please help them. So you want to go up to the top level first. Wait, did we get the exit spell? Cock ass. We did not. I could have swore we did. I could have swore we did. Didn't a Dundod did it. Okay. God darn it. Speaking like a grizzled old prospector. Oh, good. The wyverns are here. Honey! The wyverns are here. Do you want to get out the nacho tray? I know we weren't expecting company today, but do you think maybe we could pull out the hibachi? The wyverns are here. Cook up some of your kebabs. It's just one of those days, isn't it? And I mean, I did spend a bit of time out in the sun. That's fair. I have been a lot lately. Is my brain cooking to a dangerous degree? That is up for debate. Was I already this weird and damaged before? Maybe yes. Leaning more towards yes. And that too is okay. You know, if you want to become a leader, just be unapologetically you. The people who don't get it, this message is not for you. Does anybody need some delicious drink? No? I'll just put it back in the fridge then. Honey, the wyverns are here. Do you wanna grab the heal potions?
We don't drink heal.
Oh, that's right. You guys are on that vegan thing. Heal potions are just crawling with dairy. So I love this part of the game when you start getting the magic items, because then it's just infinite uses all the time. As much lightning 2 as I can handle. And me can handle a lot of lightning 2. Gonna give her the old muterino while I blow my nose. Vegan heroes, that's right. The light warriors are a little light on the dairy. Is that gluten-free vegan light? Because if it isn't, I'm sorry, but we just can't carry these orbs and bring them back to their former glory. Somebody else can save the world, I don't care. But we ain't touching it. It's really funny because, okay, so there are people who do it as like a, you know, a health thing. There are people that do it as like it is a moral thing. And it's true. I mean, generally we should try and, as a society, put less stress on the earth with factory farming practices, and, you know, we should be less cruel to animals, and all these things are generally right. My problem, and everyone else's problem, is with the marketing of it. Because guess who's on the front lines of being vegan? Like some of the worst, most annoying people on the planet. These are the smarmy assholes who do it more to just kind of wave their flag and be like superior about it. That sucks. The optics are bad. So like it's hard for people to want to join that team. You know, like there's all these really good reasons to do it. So why don't people want to do it? Because they look to their left and they see fucking Todd and Stacy, and they are just head over heels in love with rubbing it in other people's faces that they are vegan and therefore they are superior. That is the problem. If we can address that as a whole and find a different way around that so that people don't feel like they're joining team assface when they are like, you know what, let's try vegan, let's just do a meatless Monday even, and like not, you know, wave our flags about it and have hashtags about it and just like make it like it's just a smart decision. If we could do that, that would be perfect. We could rock that a little bit, but unfortunately that's just not the case. So given that, and you know how I know generally people, if you say like you're vegan or whatever, like people who aren't will give you the stink eye a little bit. It's not always deserved. Like case in point, you know, I've talked a lot about our little lad here having a lot of tummy troubles. He can't digest the proteins and stuff properly of like dairy and stuff. Where do I gotta go to buy a decent fucking exit spell around here? So, you know, basically he's had a lot of tummy troubles since birth, and Justine is breastfeeding, so anything she eats he gets. So she cut out dairy, she cut out like soy, she cut out beef, she cut out a lot of stuff because he'll get really upset. So now she's basically vegan. And it's not by choice. It's just like she's got to do it while she's feeding this guy. But the looks that she'll get from people when she asks about like vegan options and stuff, you can tell that there are those people that come in every other time. Is this vegan? Oh, it's not. Hashtag gross. It's like, ugh, you're ruining it for the rest of us. This is like a good thing. We need this to happen. Even just a little bit. If everybody did a little bit of vegan, we could cut back on a lot of pressure we're putting on the planet, we're putting on the animals, we're putting on generally the food industry, and just kind of like just scale it back a little bit. That'd be great. But you can tell there's those just awful kinds of people that come in and just like, you know, ask for the vegan option at like McDonald's. Or like a greasy spoon restaurant, which are some of my favorites. I loves me a good greasy spoon. Like I remember one day, so right downtown we got Jackson Square, which is like a hive of scum and villainy. It's like the Mos Eisley spaceport from Star Wars, the first one, where Obi-Wan cuts that guy's arm off because he tries to accost Luke. I think the exit spell might be in that town that I just walked away from and got attacked. So, stupid idiot me, right? But, that being said, so Jackson Square, right downtown, spooky old place. But there's some good stuff there, like Toby's Good Eats. I love going there. They have a massive omelet. It's so delicious. But there's also Cops Coliseum, and I will never stop calling it Cops Coliseum. But there was BTS was doing a concert there. And the fun thing about being downtown is that whatever concert is happening, the entire culture that surrounds that concert converges downtown. So like, you'll look around and see a bunch of like really generally boisterous and shitty people, and everybody's wearing cowboy hats and boots and stuff, but like they don't regularly. And you're like, oh shit, there's a concert happening, and sure enough, Florida Georgia Line's playing. Great, cool. Let's just stay away from downtown. I don't want to interact with too many of these people, really. I'm sure some of them are nice, but you know, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and then you hear people talking, you're like, you're a pretty awful person. I'm listening to the things you're saying, and you're mean and you're gross. So the BTS concert happened, and there was pretty much exactly the kinds of people that you would expect. Lots of young girls freaking out, looking almost like cosplay-ish in a way, but they're not dressed as anything except pretending to be Japanese or Korean or whatever, and very interesting get-ups and stuff. So one thing you were seeing a lot was dads who had no business being there taking their young daughters, because it's just like, all right, it's daddy-daughter day, like, I'll take you to this concert. This is what you want more than anything in the world. So cue Toby's Good Eats, the greasy spoon that I love so much, but it's like legitimate greasy spoon, and it's in Jackson Square. So the dad is like, well, I'll take my girl to Toby's because it's right near the concert. And the first thing she says to the waitress is like, I don't see any vegan options on the menu, like, do you have any? And just, you could just see like the mix of like condemnation and just bewilderment from the waitress, who's like clearly had a long day serving people, and she's just like, oh honey, no, I'll check, maybe the ice. You know, like, maybe the ice cubes are vegan, like, I'll check. Like, literally anything cooked, they're probably throwing a slab of butter on the grill, so there's no way you're not going to get contact with anything. Very silly, but you know, bless her heart, she's trying. It's probably not entirely for all the right reasons. It could just be because it's like, you get a good hashtag out of it, but you never know. That is a judgment that I'm passing on somebody that I have no idea about. So, could be one way, it could be another way. We don't know. Wasn't there a warp spell that I couldn't buy before? Like, I just feel like I'm missing it. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot because I'm looking at black magic. It's white magic. Yeah, there it is. Exit. So this whole endeavor has been for naught. Maybe. Yeah. The ice might be vegan, I'll check. But I'm sure the BTS concert was just fucking stellar. Who's the one kid? Jerry? He plays the kazoo? He's the hottest. But it's hard to tell if he looks the most or the least like a Korean girl. Jerry, the Korean boy from the K-pop group BTS. The saddest day was when my favorite member Kim Chi left the group. He just had this very distinct flavor, and I believe it was like spicy pickled cabbage. When BTS died the day Kim Chi left the group. What's that? Kim Chi was never in the group and is actually a Korean food item that I love so much? Well, that's preposterous. No, it's the children who are wrong. I can gladly say that, to my knowledge, I have never heard a BTS song. And that's me just being an ornery prick. You know, I'm 34 years old. I have no desire to listen to it. But then there's that part of me that's like, you know what? It, at least for a little while, was probably some of the most popular music like in the world. So it would behoove me as a musician to like listen to some of it just to see what it is. I might be horrified by what I find. I might listen to it and be like, ugh, yuck. Like have the same kind of feeling when I feel that squish when I step in dog poo. Just going, blah. Something bad has happened. Ugh. Yes, something bad has happened. Okay. So, water is water. One of these is allergic to lightning spells, and one of them is not. So let's have these guys fight that. This guy heal. You use some of that lightning magic. But yeah, it is hard to like accept that new things are new and good. It's kind of fucked up that, you know, there's a Simpsons quote. Of course there is. For me, there's a Simpsons quote for everything. But there's an episode when Homer is talking about how the kids, like, they're supposed to be carpooling to work with him, or to school. He drops them off, and the kids are feeling like made fun of because he wants to rock out to his classic rock station. And they're like, this is old people music, this is stupid, like we want to listen to something different. And he's like, excuse me, like I love Grand Funk Railroad and I love Getting the Lead Out with Led Zeppelin, and they're like, that's old people music. And he gets offended, but then he remembers when he was a kid and him and Barney are rocking out and his dad comes and it's just like, turn that crap down, you know? And they're like, oh, whatever, old man. Like, we're going to keep rocking and we're never going to get old. And he's just like, that's what I thought when I was your age. I used to be with it. But then they changed what it was. Now, what I was with isn't it. And what is it is weird and scary to me. And he just points at them and narrows his eyes and he's like, and it'll happen to you. They're like, whatever, man, we're gonna keep rocking forever. But like, it's the most poignant and true thing that I've ever heard. And like, it stuck with me because like I used to say that and like laugh and be like, ha ha ha, grandpa, he's so silly, that Grandpa Simpson. But it's the truest fucking shit. Like, it's the most real ass wisdom that's ever been dropped on me, and it's a wrinkly yellow cartoon character from like 1998. These words like have stayed with me and they haunt me to this day. Like, I remember being in my mid-20s and having those moments where I'm like, this is this new thing that the kids are all about. Like when dubstep happened, I was like, this sounds like Optimus Prime had like a few too many burritos. And eventually I got down with it. I was like, okay, I've listened to enough of this. I've tried it out, and there's some cool stuff here. But the first time I heard it, that was one of the most clear, I think, distinct moments when I was like, this is new guard stuff. Like, I'm realizing that I am old guard and I'm mid-20s, but it's like I'm moving out of that demographic of like calling the shots on what's cool or not. And it was a weird moment. So it is something that you kind of start to grapple with as you get older. You're just like, nope, that's not cool, because I know what's cool. I'm gonna wear my ripped jeans, I'm gonna get my flannel long sleeve shirt and tie it around my waist, and I'm gonna listen to Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden until I'm dead, because I know what's cool. It's like, well, it's not 1993 anymore. You know, like, you gotta move on. A lot has happened since then, and not all of it sucks. It's just like, I know a lot of people that are still like very much clinging to like grunge, 90s music, and it's good. Like, I love me some 90s, but having a bit of time away from it and looking back objectively on what happened in the 90s, yeah, there's some serious cringe. Absolutely. Like, I remember staunchly defending 90s music, being like, whatever, 80s music is so dumb and weird, it's so dated, 90s music isn't like that, it's gonna rock forever. And then I like find my old mixtapes that I used to tape off the radio, and it's like, how bizarre. That song by the Sneaker Pimps, Bram Van 3000, Space Hog. Like, you can make a great party mix out of one of my old 89X tapes, which was like the alternative rock radio. 89X. 89X. What's up? It's Fat Matt. This is 89X. Coming up, we got Space Hog, followed by some Bram Van 3000. But first up, 311. The Beatles of rap rock on 89X. Like, but that's how I spent my days. Like, I'd hang out and listen to the radio and like wait for a song to come on so that I could run and press record on the stereo and tape it. I got grounded for like a couple months. I'll get into that story some other time. But I was in grade 7 and I got grounded for a couple months, so I spent a lot of time in my room reading, just read books, and I just listened to the radio, the alternative rock station, and made mixtapes. And I still have, I think, 2 of them, and they're awesome for the most part. You know, like, there's like Treble Charger and 311 and this one song by the Lawn Pigs and what was that one band? The Verve, Bittersweet Symphony, you know, really great stuff. And then there's some like songs that I was like, ew. Ew, this didn't age well at all. What was wrong with you 25 years ago, you idiot? You know, you're always gonna have that. Opal Armor motherfucker. Aw, shit. The only problem is... well, I guess nobody's gonna be casting ice down here. We're definitely super gonna need it when we come to the next place, because there's gonna be a lot of lightning and shit. I'll just hang on. I don't want to sell that ice armor if I don't have to yet, and I kind of feel like ice might be also water elemental, so I'll look that up after this fight, actually. But yeah, see, like, so yeah, I was born in 1985. So if you think about it, like this has kind of been studied as like there's this very short generational gap where it's like very, very old guard, like the people that are like uncomfortable using email and they don't like computers and everything, like my parents, and like even like my sister is tech savvy, but then there's stuff like people 5 years older than me and beyond kind of don't really get or don't want to get. So it's like around my age and then up to maybe a few years after that is like a very thin margin of this weird generational oddity where, you know, we remember like pre-internet, we had like VCRs, like original Nintendo and Atari and that kind of shit, and we played outside, and it was like before getting super scared, and kids were kind of still allowed to do stupid things, and there wasn't a lot of safety and everything. And then we were also still growing up as all of that stuff changed. Like we were raised in school with computers, so from a young age we grew up with them, and we're starting to get the internet, and we watched it change. And so like there's the kids that came after us that are like super savvy, and they had the smartphones and like internet and everything, and from when they were young, so they don't know any different, and they're very different. So we're sandwiched in between these two crazy extremes, and we've lived through it, and that's why nostalgia is selling so hard, because we haven't been alive long enough to really merit the amount of nostalgia that we have. Like I feel like it would be, this level of nostalgia would generally be used to get old people to buy like life insurance and stuff. But it's just the fact that we have witnessed so much change in so little time, and it's like bizarre because things have not happened this fast before, like ever, and so much. And we still remember the old world, but we're also very much a part of the new one, and we have our feet in like both camps. And it is just like such a cultural oddity and a societal oddity, and it's like this weird I don't even know. It's like we're riding this paradigm shift so fast, and even though it's only been a little while ago that we had all these things, we're very nostalgic for our childhood because it's so different now, even though it was like not that long ago. So we're getting Nintendo classics and Super Nintendo classics and reboots of Ghostbusters and all this kind of shit, and Stranger Things is just, you know, barely a story, and just tons of like pushing that nostalgia G-spot for like Dungeons and Dragons and video games and 80s synth music and stuff, and people are just eating it up. And like, you know, it's good. Like I do enjoy it, and it's nice that it's like all this shit like catered to us kind of thing, to be like, remember. But doesn't mean I don't want substance either, you know. Ugh, a ghost! A vampire! No, it's a ghost. But yeah, so I know I'm just kind of rambling inanely about that, but it's a strange, strange time. And yes, this all came about because I mentioned BTS. So thank you, Korean dance boys. You've done it again. They give their salutes and they say, "We gotta go. The world president needs us to fight on a mountaintop against space robots, because that is our real job." Imagine that. It was like almost like a Josie, no, a gem a gem situation. Josie and the Pussycats, they kind of solved mysteries a little bit, but it was more music based. Gem, they were kind of superheroes also, I guess. Like, it was they had secret identities as to who they really were, and they had their magic gear. Gem and the holograms. Another ridiculous 80s cartoon. But it was very much about like girl power and having crazy robo shit and being in a band. So, you know, can't fight that. That's some pretty heavy shit. That's some good ass learning. And they had just the same as G.I. Joe. You know, it's like, all right, it's time to learn something. Don't ever plug your hair straightener into the outlet with too many things in it. I'm Gem. Like, I don't know. Shit was more gender polarizing back then, and like, you know, also patronizing, especially towards women and girls. But it was like, okay, so we got He-Man, and now we need He-Girl, which was, well, She-Ra. He-Man and She-Ra. Which was like the same show. They had the same types of people. Like characters. Just kind of divvied up. If we cannot regain the power of the water, we are nothing. We will become bubbles. Then we do disappear. Oh no. Why? You have responded to me. You have responded to me. That's how I feel when somebody talks in chat. Yes, this bud's for you. I'm gonna take this ridiculous moment to reset the good old capture card software. You have responded to me. I'm just a lonely mermaid swimming around. You have responded to me. Please bring back the power of water. I'm gonna turn myself into bubbles. Yes, I am. Oh shit, why is it half? Oh, cripes. Okay, let's try this again. Isn't that always the case? What's that you say? I should just purchase a much better capture card so that I don't have progressive lag? You're right. I mean, you're right. But also, who is it going to pay for it? See, look at this shit. This is kind of, it's like cutting off some of the screen here. Well, if it isn't one thing, it's another. Am I really missing anything? It's literally like one tile. So I'm not gonna fuck with this any longer, and I'm just gonna plow through this dungeon, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it hard. Mermaid voice. My friend Daryl went to the land, and then he never returned. That's not good. I've often wondered what happened. Maybe she grew legs and walked away. Remember that girl who was dancing and she was like, la 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 la. It's so nice to have legs. And I believe she even said, my name is Daryl. Or no, she actually was like, you have legs. Isn't it nice to have legs? That's just like a nice little callback. which for a game that came out in 1987, they did put a lot of thought into kind of building that world and having people from other places visiting other towns and stuff. I can breathe underwater. Found some shit. I found some shit. Please, save the sea and make the orb shine again. I got some radical stuff. I suppose you are the legendary... ... That's me, babe. I am the legendary. Oh, you said dairy. Now the vegans are spooked. As long as the fiend of water lives, we... Oh, a boo to the who. Boot to the hoot to the cry. I. This is the shrine's top floor. When the fiend of water kraken leaves on the bottom. I can't fucking read. My eyes, they are the bad. Oh, thank you for the pure. To unlock the Mirage Tower, use the Lefanish, or the Lefanish used a musical tone. Did I not get that? I didn't get that. No, it was pure. Fuck. Okay, so, funny story. I'm having a bit of trouble focusing today. I did not take my Adderall. Opal Shield, mother licker. So we're gonna be good and caked up, battered, so oh so nice. Okay, so you look at that and you're like, oh fuck, how do you get there? Here's a tip, Sunny Jim. It's actually repeated, like it's cyclical dungeon building. So look at this, I'm crossing over the line and coming back around. Look at that shit. It's the same boil and we got some magic in here. Yeah, that's what we came to find. Slab. Sorry, slab. Yeah, boy. Is this something I can fix? Sorry, I said I wasn't gonna bother with it, but... Can't hold anymore. Cock potion. Alright. What don't we need? What don't we need? What don't we need? What don't we need? Okay, you know what? I can drop this. I don't fucking need that. He doesn't need a helmet anymore. Opal Gauntlet. Can't hold anymore. So is this gonna be shit? Is this gonna be some shit? Now that really is the problem with this game. I would really like to know what's in that chest before I throw anything important away. There was a really good Final Fantasy walkthrough site that I've been looking at, and it's like, oh, strategywiki.org. This is not, is this it? The journey begins. White magic, black magic, crystal mirror. Is this even close? This is not the page I was looking at. I'm sorry. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. There was a really good website, and it was like RPG Fest. Like you could like go look, you could search a weapon or a spell, and it would have a database of all the other stuff so you could compare it to. It was mega. And I can't find what it was. but I will let you know. Here we go. Guides.gamercorner.net. If you're looking up any kind of walkthroughs or anything, I suggest, like if it's this type of game, obviously, I would suggest this. Let's look for the shit. Okay, so the Opal Bracelet offers the best absorb of any armor available to mages and wizards. You'll probably want to give it to your white wizard to make sure they stay alive to heal everyone else. Okay. The Opal Helmet is somewhere here. So that's probably it in that no helmet in the game offers more absorb. So it is the slight upgrade from the silver helmet I just tossed. Sorry, this is so boring. I know I gotta take care of my peeps, yo. In the long run, you're gonna want to use okay. So we can probably toss the Opal Gauntlet because we're going to want him to have a protective ring. I would like to keep it and sell it if I could, but I don't know if there's... I hate this fucking system. I don't want to throw anything away. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's trade. And then drop the silver bracelet. Buy. Equip the opal. We will get rid of the opal gauntlet eventually, but not today. Okay. Coolio. Coolio has left the building. Opal helmet. So we're gonna get this motherfucker stacked with some equipment here. I don't want to get rid of anything. But I think these shields and stuff have some of the best equipment. Ninjas can't gain lightning resistance without a ribbon. Yeah, like it's hard because there's bonuses and elemental resistances on these weapons and armor and stuff, but like you can only hold 4 things per person, so that's 16 armor slots. And if you've got stuff that you're not equipping and you're just holding on to, then that's like... So it's a problem. It is a problem. It is a giant goddamn gripe. But I have opened all of the sexy ass treasure. Gonna skip ahead and let's make sure that we... Got the light axe already. We didn't get the power gauntlet, and it casts saber, so that's useless. We did get the light axe. We need to get... Alright. Let's just cast... Let's cast exit. Get out of here. And save all our delicious treasure. Nom, 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 nom. So good. Yum yum. Alright, now let's go to the armor store that doesn't exist in this town, so we can't sell anything. Love it. I love it so much. I am having a good time. But we're getting a buttload of cash. So there is that. I'm just like looking ahead. So we're gonna get a ribbon from the second floor. And that is an important piece of armor. Did we not already get? Oh, there's a second light axe. Okay, I was like, I'm not a cheater. Peter, RPG cheater. It's like, I know these things, but also I need help remembering a lot of this information. And because the game is so vague and bad with its inventory shit, yeah, you do need to kind of look at a guide to compare all of these fucking crazy weapons. So I can sell that opal gauntlet. I'm probably gonna have to end up dropping it, which really sucks, because I want to sell it for more money so that we can afford some of these crazy ass spells, because they're so expensive. I think level 8 is like $80,000 per spell, which is nuts. So, oh, the screen's kind of cut off and it's bugging me. I don't know why you're this way, game. Why are you the way that you are? I hate so much about the things that you choose to be. All right. Enough pissing and moaning. We're gonna fix this ass. I think I just put it too far over to the side. So I'll explain why this is ridiculous. So I have my setup. I've got a smaller monitor on the desk, and then I've got the TV. They are working as two monitors. So I've got the cutoff, right? Is it there? Yeah. So it's like, it's split. I've got the monitor split, but the TV is what I'm using to hook up my games. So anything that needs to be captured, like the Nintendo, I'm running it on the monitor. Now, for whatever reason, Streamlabs will not pick up the capture card if it's on the tiny monitor. It can only be on the TV. So it's running in the background, but I can't see it because I'm using another HDMI port coming from the capture card. It is a mess. Are there better ways to do it? Yeah, probably. Are you telling me them right now, screaming them into your TV because you think what I'm doing is ridiculous and convoluted? Yeah, you are. That's fine. That's fine, just fine. And do I care about your frustrations? Well, you know, I'll feign caring. Oh, Sweetums, is the internet boy man making you frustrated with his less than optimal setup for his gaming? Does it tie your shoelaces together just thinking about it? 'Cause it does me. It does me. You just love, like, saying things that sound like almost right but not quite there. Just phrases that are like, they'll roll off your tongue, but then once they hit the sides of your head, you're just kind of like, wait a second. Turn your head a little sideways like a dog. Huh? That's not a real saying. That's not a thing people say. But if you say it confidently enough, you can kind of just pass it off and nobody will like question you on it. I love doing that. I'm a weirdo, but I love just kind of like making up sayings and just saying it so confidently and just seeing if anybody like notices. It is one of those things where it's just like you can just fake it. It's like, yeah, man, get down on the juice. And then they're like, yeah. And just let it ride, you know? And then the best is when they start saying it too, and you're like, yeah, man, get down on that juice. They give you the look like, huh? I say it too now. We're say twins. You're like, yeah, man, motherfucker's stealing my shit. And that is how most Hamilton knife fights get started. So yeah, in Hamilton knife fight news, apparently there was an incident like last week, I think, at good old Jackson Square, which we've already talked about a little bit today. It's getting some real good light here. But yeah, there was an altercation. I think somebody got stabbed at the library. Not funny, but like the sentence is weird in a funny way. Someone got stabbed at the library. Generally not what you think about, but then if you're from Hamilton and you're like, yo, somebody got stabbed at the library, like Jackson Square Library? Yeah, man. Oh, that's not surprising. That, you know, would be an exchange between some Hamiltonians. It's a fucking nice library. Like, it's really nice. They did a lot of work on it. They put a lot of money into it. It's just that it is in Jackson Square. So you're going to get a whole mix of things happening there. But yeah, so there was an altercation. I'll start that again. There was an altercation at Jackson Square. And a lady got stabbed at the library. And so generally what will happen with Hamilton News, they'll report it like a Spectator article with something like that, because there are incidents that happen like that a lot. There's like 4 sentences, and it'll be like, police responded to an altercation at Jackson Square. A woman in her 30s was treated at the rushed to hospital and treated for puncture wounds. They won't even say like straight up stabbing. They'll just say puncture wounds. And then they'll be like, we'll bring you more information when we have it. And like, that's it. So it's like, well, okay, I appreciate that you let me in, but like literally all of your information that you have is in your headline. Woman was stabbed at Jackson Square. And they're just like, oh, we gotta rush to put something out. Do we have enough information yet? No, but it doesn't matter. Just put it out. We'll edit the article later. It's the fucking internet. So then the story went from woman stabbed at Jackson Square to woman involved in stabbing at Jackson Square refuses to cooperate with police. So now we've got a woman stabbed at a library, and they're like, who stabbed you? And she's like, I ain't saying nothing. And they're just like, okay. So you can't charge anybody. Can't catch the people that charged her, or that stabbed her. And unfortunately, that's just way she goes. Way she goes, bubs. Fucking way she goes. So there's like a few ways that probably goes, right? Where it's like, oh, honey, thanks so much for not ratting on me at the library when I lost my cool and I stabbed you, of course I'll take you back, Jerlene or whatever. And she's like, oh, Bevis, like, we're meant to be together. And then they live happily ever after in their roach-infested apartment above a abandoned store on like East Ass Barton Street. Or he's like, I'm sorry that the knives that came with that that knifing book fell out and I juggled them inappropriately to try and stop them from clanking on the floor and interrupting the hard studying folks at the library. And then I stabbed you up real good. I'm glad you didn't give me up. She's like, that's okay, Bevis. Oh, Jerlene, I love you, I loves you, honey. And then again, the end. They live happily ever after. Or, hey, you didn't have that $5,000 you owe me for all that meth. But you know what? You didn't rat me out, so here's a little bit more meth to get you through the weekend so you can steal enough car stereos on that shady part of King William Street to pay me back for that meth you lost. The end. Oh, Jerlene, good work. You got me the 5,000 meth dollars. Oh, Bevis, thanks for keeping me cranked up so I could stay up for 3 days and steal enough car stereos. Let's go home with that knife and book and just curl up in front of the heater and have a few cans of Spam. And they lived happily ever after. The end. These are Hamilton love stories. I mean, like, Hamilton's a fucked up city no matter how you look at it. There's like the crazy shit that happens with that. And then there's like, you know, the political shit that's been happening that I want to stay away from, not because I don't want to court controversy. I haven't just talking about a woman that got stabbed at the library for the last 20 minutes, but it just makes me really angry what's been happening with the police and City Hall and everything. So just stay away from it. But then there's like the gentrifiers that are coming through and trying to sell this place as like the Brooklyn of Ontario. Toronto getting too expensive for you? Well, buy someplace that's relatively dirt cheap compared to where you were living, and you can get downtown artist party vibes. These people spend like $300,000 on a condo, and there's like, you know, Jerlene and Bevis fucking jacking car stereos out in front of their fucking condos because they have no idea what neighborhood they just moved into. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit happening in this city. Hamilton's always been a pretty crazy place. But now it's like worlds colliding in all kinds of weird ways because of the like pockets of the gentrifying happening. I don't understand it at all. It's just madness. And it sucks because it's like, you know, your mom is always going to be worried about you. That's just your mom. It's a mom thing to do. Oh, like, you know, stay safe. Yeah, I'm fine. Like, I'm sure she was probably a bit concerned when I first said, like, 13 years ago when I first came to Hamilton. And, you know, like, she'd hear things about Hamilton and be like, oh, okay, you be safe. Don't get any gunfights or anything. It's like, I'm the least gunfighty person, you know? It's not my vibe. The problem with that that stance is that Guns will shoot anybody. They may miss the person they intended to, or go right through the person they intended and get you. That's probably happened a bunch. And yeah, you know, so like a couple weeks ago, my mom was down for a visit, and there were like 3 murders in the city. It's like the worst possible time, you know, and she's like trying to get to my house in the morning, and she's like, there's a crazy traffic jam, there's police tape up everywhere, like it's madness. It took me so long, I had to take a big detour to get to your house. And then it's like the neighbor comes over and is like, oh fuck, some guy got stabbed last night, and they like followed a trail of blood and found his dead body. It's like, oh my god, stop saying that, my mom's here. Like and then, you know, like there was like 2 days later on her last day when she was here, there was like another stabbing. I was like, don't worry, like they knew each other. They were fighting. Just one thing left to another, and somebody got stabbed. And she's just like, is this city like okay? Like, well, look. Yeah, yes, but, or no, but. Like, none of these things are okay. A murder is a murder, no matter how you look at it. I don't find myself in these situations often, where it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm probably getting stabbed tonight. And generally, you can feel when like the vibe changes. You're like, oh shit. Or you just like see someone enter a room and you're like, that motherfucker's got a knife. Like, you can tell. It's generally just a good idea to leave that room. Maybe not be at a party where you're gonna see like Stabby Steve. And not to say that a stabbing victim can do better to prevent being stabbed, because you don't always know when it's coming. Having only been stabbed by myself in Hamilton, I can say I'm pretty lucky. But boy, was it dumb. You want to hear a dumb idiot story that makes me sound like a dumb idiot? Well, here it comes. Because there was an evening. Oh, this is where I came from. I came home late from party time in college in my very first year here. And I was like, you know what a great idea for me to do would be, since I'm so wasted? At like 3 in the morning. Make some craft dinner. Craft dinner is a Canadian specialty with powdered, like dried, like cheese adjacent mix with noodles. So you mix it all together, and you throw a little bit of butter in and some milk, and it makes it nice and creamy. And it like all congeals into this like sauce. So I'm describing it in a way that makes it sound like horrifying if you've never seen it or had it before. But motherfucker, you come over to Canada, and like, I guarantee you just ask whoever you're hanging with, you're like, yo Bevis, you got some craft dinner that I can try? I've been hearing about this shit. And they'll gladly make it for you. They've probably got their own special way that they make it to make it a little extra special for you. So yeah, and it's a nice thing to eat when you're drunk. So I got a new carton of milk, and so I'm trying to open it, and I rip it in a way that it doesn't open properly, and I can't pop it open. So the most smart drunk thing I could think of to do was to just take the fork and try and jam it in there, like prongs first. And I stabbed myself in the hand, like deep in the fleshy part of my thumb hand, you know? What a stupid idiot thing to do. Drunk guy makes Kraft dinner, stabs hand with fork, refuses to cooperate with police. He would not give up the stabber, so the stabbee was let go from the hospital with minor puncture wounds and had their library card returned to them. Thanks, everybody. Good night. I'm going to the library to photocopy some shit and take up way too much space in the children's area where moms are supposed to be with their babies. Yeah, that's real. That's real shit. There is a children's area. We hang out there because we have children's. Justine goes there because it's like, okay, this is a place that I can go and feed the baby if I need to, or just kind of like catch a minute to try and get him to sleep. And there's like homeless or near homeless people that hang out in the kids section. There's some people that maybe don't know that they're not supposed to be there, and that's, you know, whatever. There is a homeless problem, there is a mental health problem, and there's an addiction problem in Hamilton. We're not hiding that. But then there's the people that are like, should they be hanging out here? Like, they should know better, you know. There's like a group of people who kind of think that they own the place. Like, they hang out like a gang, but they're not a gang. Like, I can't really tell how old they are. It's weird. But they like get mad at the ladies when, like, who work at the library, when they tell them like, hey, can you like keep it down? Like, I saw the guy yell at a lady the other day, and I was so mad because I'm like, I'm watching these motherfuckers and they're taking up kids area space, and they just hang out and they swear and they try and look cool. The guy's got like skullet, like long ponytail and a cane. He yelled at me on the bus one time. I recognized this motherfucker. He like, I don't know. He just had that like attitude because like I was kind of in his way and he needed to get by, and then he like was already yelling at somebody and then he yelled at me. So like I remember that shit when I'm like, motherfucker, I know you got a cane, but like, don't be a dick about it. And it wasn't like I was like, no, I'm not moving, I'm insensitive. Like, I didn't even know you were there. I didn't know you were talking to me. And he was already in a bad mood. It was just like a weird bus ride kind of thing. So he stuck out. And he like hangs out with his buddies. And they all, there's like ladies, and they talk and swear. And they like, and it's the fucking kids section. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you this way? I don't know. The library's a nutso place. But there's just people that just shouldn't be hanging out at the library like that. Like, I've seen drug deals happen at the library. I didn't see anybody get stabbed yet, but I have a feeling that it is coming. Just, it's only a matter of time. You spend enough time down at the library, Jackson Square, probably see somebody get stabbed. But like, I was like, yeah, the library is kind of crazy. Like, I remember like one of my first times actually going to the library, talk to somebody about it. Like, downtown library is deceptive because it looks really nice, but then there's like some fucked up shit. And the person I was telling was like, yeah, like I was sitting like at the desks where they have computers, and these kids sat down and they fucking did a drug deal, and they were like doing lines like on the desks, like in the library. This is a library in the day. I don't know. Coolest goddamn library on the planet, man. I tell you, you wanna have a good time, you come fucking hang out at the Hamilton Public Library. Central Branch. It'll knock your fucking socks off. day, Barry. That's good. I like that. Did anybody think that they were gonna hear so much about a library today? Probably not. But you don't know my library. My library is the best library in the world. It's full of stories. Just not the ones you want to get from a library. But seriously though, them shits is fucked. And then there's like the regular ass library stuff that you'll run into. Like it's like, all right, I'm going to the library. Say like if the internet's down, or if I'm just out, and like for a while I would like go out and go to the library and write notes and listen to like podcasts or videos and take notes on whatever, like marketing or making business or sales and stuff, and just like, okay, so you go and sit and you're like, this seems like a nice, quiet, studious location. I'm gonna pick to sit right here. And you get your books out, you get your pens, everything all ready. It's like, okay, here we go. Start studying. And then, hello? Oh my god, are we gonna do this? And someone is talking on the phone. And then you hear a muffled response. You're like, that can't be them talking on speakerphone to this person. And yes, this happened. Someone decided to have a phone conversation in a library on speakerphone and be like, yeah, I'm just waiting to like meet my study group. Oh, totally. Hey, what's this going? And like talking about class assignments and stuff without a shred of self-awareness. Or like irony that they're there for a study group. It's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to be fucking doing here. Like, shut the fuck up. Be more quiet, please. Oh, unbelievable. So I took the biggest book I could find, clubbed her over the head, then I did a line off her. Then she stabbed me, but I didn't give that shit up to the police. Speaker conversations, because yes, apparently. Yeah. It just somehow hit all the check marks in her brain of like, what are the appropriate things for the current situation and location that I'm in? Talking loudly, speakerphone. Yeah, maybe if I jingle my keys a bit too. Yeah, there we go. Just the right amount of cacophony for a librarical study. That shit's not real, but you say it with enough confidence. Librarical. You might get a raised eyebrow, but you slam that shit down like it's a good hand in poker. I guarantee like 85% of people won't even say anything to you. Just see what you can get away with, man. It's fun just playing with words and making shit up and being like, oh yeah, put like this real ass prefix with this fake ass suffix that doesn't go with it. Just bam, new word. Let's try it out. How's it feel? Just walk it around the store a little bit. See if it's got some give. Is there room in the toe? You know? It's not sliding in the back. Yeah, librarical. Alright, let's keep it. Let's just fucking keep that shit. That's not a real word. Yes, it is. I just used it. If it's a real word, use it in a sentence. The drug deal happened very librarical. The woman was stabbed in a librarical location. All things referring to and pertaining to a librarical location or situation. Librarical, yeah. That deserves a capital LOL. You are correct. You're my librarical girl. Ooh. I wanna take you out for a week. Librarical girl. Please don't fucking stab me. I'm so fucking sensitive to being stabbed, girl. You're my librarical girl. Now we're cooking with gas. Yeah, this is a pretty large dungeon. Larger than any previous, because it does have like the top half, which you can get to pretty good. Librarical studies with the Lazy Shell and friends. Here's another episode of Librarical Studies. Hi, I'm the Lazy Shell. Welcome, friends. I hope you brought your library card. If you didn't, well, I'm just gonna have to stab a motherfucker. How about that? Maybe you will remember to bring your fucking librarical card next time. Ain't never gonna forget it again, are you? Are you? Punk, look at me. Oh yeah. Chest of drawers. Chest of drawers. Okay. This is where shit could get very real very quickly. But we got the light axe. And we've got Zeus gauntlet. Kind of looks like a penis. The Zeus cock. And he uses it and it shoots lightning out the tip. It's a sight to see. Let me show you a little of this, dude. Give him the old razzle dazzle. Emphasis on the dazzle. The mummies are just so grossed out. Like, ugh. He showed me it. He opened his robe and there was nothing under there. Let's get out of there, Ted. Whatever you say, Tutankhamun, let's fuck off. This is crazy. Can't hold anymore. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that is... Fuck. I don't know. I know there's something that I don't need. Fuck. I'm gonna recheck the old razzle dazzle. So, Western chest contains the ribbon. Okay. Looks like we're gonna toss that, that opal gauntlet. Oh wait. 3 chests. Yeah, this is a room with 3 chests. Okay, fuck that. That's the power gauntlet. I don't care about that. Like I said earlier, it casts Saber, and that spell is broken. It doesn't actually work. The grr sharks. Like, oh no, a shark. And they're just like, grr. Yeah, I've been saving that one all night. Ew! He showed me it, and it did damage. Just taking psychological hit points off of these Gur sharks. What happened? What happened? I don't know. I think I got flashed. Cast broke. Try again later. Nope. Didn't do it. A second light axe. So if we run into some trouble with some undead enemies, we now have 2 infinite harm spells, which is a nice touch. I like that. I like that. Yeah, it's weird to me that there's like more than one. First off, it's if there's one spell in a game that's glitched and doesn't work, you know, that's still fucked. I don't understand how that gets through, but then again, 1987 when this game came out, they did the localization in 1990, but were they going to go through and try and fix anything that they didn't know necessarily existed? Of course not. No way. Quality control didn't exist on the Nintendo. Like, the idea of checking over your work? I don't know. But there's more than one. How did that slip past like a team of people? This is their job, to make video games and make sure they work. It's crazy. But I guess, you know, time constraints, limited resources, and people with those resources. Just like, get it done, get it done, get it done. Where's that game? Why is it not on my desk? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I was just trying to do a spell. There's no time. There's no time. Just put it in the store. It doesn't matter if it works or not. They'll buy it or they won't. And if they buy it, whatever. It'll make the game harder. Like a legitimate thing. It's nuts to me. It's like a handful of spells in the game that just simply don't work. You cast them and they will never actually do what they're supposed to do. That's fucking crazy. Now, of course, there's like later like remakes and stuff in the game. Of the game, sorry. For treasure chests. I believe this one contains a ribbon. This is the one with the ribbon. Yeah, 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 the ribbon, yeah. Gonna put it on my head, do a little dance, tie it up tight. These bizarre little ditties. Alright, we got one down. Does this wizard Sahag... I wonder if he's got any powerful spells. Do the Sahags have large talons? It is just funny that it's just they don't have enough room to put all the letters for the monsters. It's just that simple, you know, like that is an encounter point. Just always gonna fight something there. Like, it is supposed to be a sea hag, but it's just like, nope, there's no room. And like, there's gonna be red sea hag and wizard sea hag. W sea hag doesn't have the same ring, but wuz saw hag, like, you can live with that, right? Also, half the spells don't work. Okay, put it in a box, get it in the stores. Now, now, now. We need the kids gaming right now. We end up with like a Moonwalker type situation where Joe Pesci is trying to get all the kids to buy the game and addicted to gaming. Michael Jackson's like, no, leave him alone. A really loud yell breaks all the wizard, not the wizard, the the soldiers like face masks. God, what a crazy thing. The 80s were some crazy shit. Can't hold anymore. There's our ribbon. Ribbon number 2. Alright. So we obviously don't want to drop the Zeus. Fuck. Yeah. It's gonna be the opal. This shit. Ribbon. So, this is the best armor in the game. We now have 2 of them. There is a 3rd one that we're gonna find. So, Ribbon is not only all status ailments, but all elemental resistances as well. So, like, you can't be turned to stone, you can't be anything. I think they still maybe get no, because Ass hasn't been poisoned. I think he's the only one that hasn't been. So Ribbon, no status ailments except for stone and death, but everybody's got the protect ring, so no death. So 3 out of 4 people are going to be completely fucking overpowered, and then this guy's just going to have the best armors in the game. Booyah. So I think things are gonna be all right, Timmy, Jimmy, and Bimmy. Bimmy. It's a real blow mind that Double Dragon, which was it Double Dragon 3, I think, the intro screen, because it's Jimmy and Billy Lee. That's like the guys who do the kick fighting in Double Dragon. They are the Double Dragons. There's 2 dragons and they kick fighting for vengeance. And it's just like, it's been 2 years since Jimmy and Bimmy like fought the Fight Lord or whatever. It's a monumental mistake. Like, it's the first screen in the game. It's talent, like you it's giving you the fucking story. So just another fantastic, like, lack of quality control. Just absolute blow mind. Like, really? The first bit of text in your game, you couldn't be bothered to fucking look at it? Yeah, no. It's fine. Yeah, whatever. No big deal. Holy shit. And it's the character's name. It's not like you spelled like shield wrong. You know, it's like an IE mix up or something ridiculous, or it's like a super long word. Like hippopotamonstrosequipedaliophobia, which is the fear of long words. That's true. I know I've been saying all night about making up words and then just saying them confidently so you can trick people into thinking that they're real. That is a real ass word that exists. No fucking joke. You can look it up. Hippopotamonstrosequipedaliophobia. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before, but it is the fear of long words, and I think it's like immersion therapy kind of angle, where it's like, what's wrong with you? Well, I have a fear of long words. Oh, what's that called? And you just see their face break. Tell me what's wrong with you. I have hippopotamus You're doing so good, Greg. You are brave and true. Stunning and brave, Greg. Stunning and brave. Keep up the good work. That was just one of those things, you know, just hanging around and looking up like weird things, like what are the words for things that are like fears and stuff. And then that one came up, and then it was just like, yeah, that's the best word ever. Especially because it's like a dick-ass move, you know, like such a passive-aggressive piece of shit thing to do to somebody. I can't identify what's wrong with me unless I do the thing. That's like, you know, what are you afraid of? And if your answer was spiders, you had to pull a rope and a bunch of spiders would rain down from the ceiling. Ugh! Oh, I'm getting grossed out just saying it. But like, it'd just be showering you with spiders. The spider shower rope. Like, oh, what are you scared of? Oh, why'd you have to ask me that? Ding dong. It's like, brrr, all these spiders just come pouring out of the ceiling. Ted, you gotta stop asking people what they're afraid of. Because then they gotta do the thing. Because their fucked up psychiatrist told them to. La 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 la. This better not be fucking empty. Nope, it is empty. There's gonna be a couple empty rooms, and then there's gonna be a big ass room that is clearly hiding a super monster inside. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna touch him. Give him a big old poke. Hey, super monster, you stop bugging those mermaids. You leave them alone. Lazy shell pea ass. You misspelled poo. Although that has a nice ring to it too. Shelpy ass. Lazy shelpy ass. Get up. Do your chores. I don't wanna. Don't be a lazy shelpy ass. Did I even say lazy properly? Shell poo ass. Lazy. Ah, you a lazy wise guy. With your poo. Better. It's like a minimal. It was like a librarical amount of improvement. Look at this, we're getting our own buzzwords. Doesn't it make you feel exclusive? Like you are inside. I know things, and people will look at me and they'll be like, that's strange. And I'm like, ha 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 ha, if you only knew how strange. But you don't, we have an inside joke. Ha ha. Librarical blessed us. Stabbed us with a rusty shiv. Or it's like a switchblade, but the button part's missing, so you gotta kind of poke it with something to kind of get the thing to pop out. Like, hold on a second. It's a little tricky. I gotta get a bobby pin in there and hit the spring. There it goes. Alright, now I'm gonna stab you. Oh, you're gone. The library's so big, you could be anywhere hiding from my stabbing. Oh well, let's go just check out the periodicals for a little bit. Ah, Women's Health magazine. I actually found a German magazine about wood in the magazine section. I was just like baffled and really happy. You want to talk about something librarical? Looking in the periodicals and finding a German magazine publication about wood. That's librarical as fuck. You know, you really get a good sense of what the ninja looks like when he's like poisoned like that. He's looking forward. You can see his face is kind of covered. And I don't know about the headdress. Like it almost looks like he's wearing like a Shogun helmet, you know? Kind of mixing up a little bit, but that's okay. Like he still looks cool. And the fact that he's finally able to fucking rep some bomb-ass weapons and shit, that's awesome. I'm glad you're finally pulling your weight. Although, you always had a special place in my heart when you were just a thief, and you were really good at running away. You did good. I will always love you. You helped me in times when no one else could. When all I wanted to do was just run from absolutely every enemy because it wasn't worth the time it took to kill them. Okay. Here it comes. The big time. Gonna fight this kraken ass motherfucker. Let's just peek. See what kind of spells we're gonna be dealing with here. Family, aquatic, attacks, ink, so that's darkness. But no like lightning or anything. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. You know what? Overall, I think my team did really well. We only used like 26 heals, which is amazing. Having that heal staff, it changes the fucking game. Like being able to actually use your magic as you travel through the dungeon. Whew. Wild, right? What a concept. The fiend's ball is shattered, evaporating all the water. Ho, ho, ho. How foolhardy to dare challenge me, Kraken the Fiend of Water. I don't know why that water sounded like a Aussie Black Sabbath lyric, but here we go. Water. The Wizard of Water. Sorry. Okay. Do we got anything cool? Let's just get everybody fogged up. And lightning 3 4 times. Oh my god. Fuck yeah. Armor up. Armor up, bitch. Armor up. Yeah. Good hit. Oh, fuck yeah. Ineffective. Yes. Ooh. 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 That is not great. And I didn't buy him any magic. He's not carrying anything that's helpful. I was gonna try that coral sword out. See if anybody aquatic would get hurt by it, but... Damn. Darn dang damn. Well, let's just keep smashing him until he's dead. I feel like that's the way to go. What's everybody at? Like level 23 or something? Ah, now Shell got darkness. Darkness is spreading. Wow. If you're not a knight, you have no hope of getting any damage on this fucking boss. Right. Okay. Darn danging damn. It's a good one. I like that. Somehow it just sounds like a grandpa swear, you know? When they're trying as hard as they can to dance around actually swearing. But it's like, you have feelings just like the rest of us, and you want to say fucking cunt snips just as much as I do. You stubbed your toe, like, we'll forgive you. Just say it. Nope, it's not right. It's not right. Okay, crazy person. Yeah! 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 Oh, yes. Light up that motherfucking orb. Oh, sorry, I didn't ask if there was a vegan option. Too bad. We put that shit back on the shit, and all of our shit did the shit that was good. That said, it is time to head for a bedtime. It's almost 1. Well, we did good today, kids. Sorry I stood in one place for so long. I just had to make sure that hopefully there wasn't a whole lot of lag happening or weird jiggity jaggedy janky shit. But we've got some hella good gold happening. We're gonna figure out, I think, the next I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out the best way to spread out that opal armor if we can get those resistances happening. Or maybe just making sure that our ninja, he's a big boy now. If our ninja, I almost fucked up again, can get maybe the shield, the opal shield, we can spread the resistances out a little bit. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? Not me. We never lost control. It was funny, the band that was playing on Canada Day, they played the Nirvana version of the David Bowie song, The Man Who Sold the World. They covered it as Nirvana covered the Bowie song. And it's a good tune. Both are really good. But someone actually brought up that there was an interview like back after that Nirvana Unplugged album came out in like 1994, and somebody actually asked Kurt Cobain like, oh, like, what do you think about David Bowie covering your song, Man Who Sold the World? And he was just like, are you fucking serious? Like, not only is that like pretty easy to check out, it was pretty famously like David Bowie. I think it was on like his third album, second or third album, is actually called Man Who Sold the World. It's named after that. But he was just like ludicrously like just shocked at how little research this person had done, because again, it's a David Bowie album that song is from, you know, performed by David Bowie. And also on the album MTV Unplugged, before he plays it, I'm pretty sure he's like, this is a cover song, and then and it starts playing, and I'm pretty sure after the fact he's like, yeah, that was a David Bowie song. So it's like bookended by it. So clearly you didn't listen to the album, Frank. You didn't do your fucking homework before you go interview Nirvana. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. In the past, the present, and the future, we appreciate all of you here at the Lazy Shell. We, referring to myself, Roger, and his sweet Bippy there, he's holding by, I'm realizing he's kind of choking it, or maybe he's doing a sex on it. There we go. Oh, God. You know, the more I look at these pictures, the more I'm starting to realize that Roger might be covering an erection. He's just always holding something in front of his shade. Is his hand to... Oh, dear... You know what? There's no way I can unsexualize Roger now. I don't know what to do here. We'll just leave it at this. How's that? He's incredibly ripped. It's hard not to sexualize him and objectify him, but try, you know? He's a beautiful creature, and he doesn't have value ascribed only to your sexual perceptions, you filthy perverts. I mean, that being said, good evening. Or good morning. Some people have been watching from England on the past couple streams. They're like up till like 4 or 5 in the morning watching me, and I'm like, that's nuts. So keep up the good work, all y'all. I know you're grinding and doing great things, or maybe you're thinking about doing great things, and that's good too. Make that happen. So that being said, have a lovely evening or morning or whatever, and go out and do something awesome. Have fun this weekend. Have a good time celebrating your America Day. Well, happy America Day to you. Hopefully you don't need a bunch of tanks and fighter jets to do a flyby because you got a really small penis and a fucking complex. You can just blow up a small part of your neighborhood with fireworks, and just, that's all you really need. Get some beer. Do the Canadian thing. If it's legal where you're at, smoke some hash. Share it, you know? It's good shit. I literally sat down at that Canada Day party for like 2 seconds. Somebody turned around and was like, hey, you like Dave Bowie? I like Dave Bowie. You want to smoke some hash? Just filling that stereotype that I was setting up, not knowing that there was going to be a punchline of it happening in real life. It's just so Canadian. Anyway, enough from me. Tra la la. Ding ding dong. Have a good one.